One of these days, we're going to just go
right into
and
it.
never have to redo
But we'll have a
take.
team by that point. So we'll just have to walk on and just, But this is gold.
I know.
These moments are the breast milk of... You think you know what I'm going to say. You'll never know. And you will never know my next words.
The breast milk is crazy.
Breast milk is liquid
the
gold.
colostrum.
Like that's whatever above gold. It's a diamonds. So,
All right,
ready?
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of So She Reads. I am Anaya.
I'm Megan.
And today we are going to be getting into one of my favorite books this year, Daggermouth by H.M. Wolfe. I have been begging this bitch to read
like
this
3 months,
for literally 3 months.
Yeah.
So good. Just all the things, all the vibes. Okay.
I agree. It was good.
Today we're going to be doing something similar to what we did for the Light Lark review, but the beginning half of this, we're going to do like no spoilers, kind of give you our reactions, our reviews, what we think, do we recommend it? And then after we'll get into the nitty gritty of the plot, the characters, the story, all of that.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in. What are your thoughts? She just finished this.
Okay. Finished this at 2 a.m. on Thursday. No, Friday morning, I guess you could say, right? No spoilers. Okay, I really like this. I really liked the first book, but I have never disliked an MMC and an FMC ever. And this is the first time. This is the first time. I actually am a side character, like...
My soul. That's usually me.
Yeah.
Usually I'm the one
in
in this group, this duo, who is like all about the side characters, can't stand the main characters. I loved this book.
I know. I still love the book, don't get me wrong. I was just super upset the entire effing time because I'm just like, aren't you trained people? Like, you're messy as all hell. Oh my gosh, they're so emotional. Dude, they're so emotional. They're inconsistent. Also, I would love to play poker with those fools because they show their hand so hard. Like, I'm sorry. I'm calling bullshit. Bullshit. You're not an assassin. Bullshit. I don't know what you are, but like, no, like, I'm sorry. Why?
No, okay.
They frustrated me so
I love
much.
them. I just love, I love this story. So for those of you guys that don't know, Daggermouth is a dark dystopian romance. And it's not necessarily like a dark romance. It's more of a dark dystopian book with romance in it. That's how I kind of like to describe it. It has a lot of hype, over the last couple of months this year. It is, in my opinion, worth the hype, I think. I loved it. I ate through that book. I also really like it too because it has multiple POVs. So it's not just like dual POV, it's literally like all the POVs. Yeah. Which is really nice.
Which Zodiac Academy does that, so yeah.
That's cool. I have to read that book. We know this. Take a shot for how many times I have
for real.
To read Zodiac Academy.
The most inconsistent TBR girl. Okay, no shade.
No, you want to know
unintended shade.
No. But, I actually found out about this book through Threads. Funny enough. So
guys, Anaya is like an ADHD. No shade to ADHD people.
No, it's
but ADHD squirrel. Like she
is TBR,
shiny little book in front of her. Megan, we gotta read this. And I'm just like, but the TBR is like at 400 now.
I know, but I'm like, fuck all those other books. We gotta read this one. Look, it's so nice.
And then she's relentless.
Because here's what happens.
I have to read them because if not, we would have no books in common for you guys.
She's dramatic.
For all 29. And we don't want to let you down. No, slow time.
You're doing great, sweetie. Fine.
Yeah.
We do this because we love it, okay?
Yeah, of course.
No, but I am so you want to get me to read your book? Give me some solid one-liners. Like, get me with a one-liner, a quote, and it will hook in here, and that's it. I need to read the book. Just from one quote. I'm that person, okay? She's a character art queen. I am the quotes. Get me on a quote, and I'm in there.
I'm character art, but also I really, for me, like, I like to, people who I trust reviews, but also storyline.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
because that's as much research as I'll do on a book, because I really like to be pleasantly surprised. I don't like too much being given away. And sometimes the reason why I don't like knowing about the one-liners is because sometimes a book, it's all it has. Or like it has, or when they OD, like King of Gluttony.
I'm not gonna lie, I was just gonna say, yeah, King of Gluttony went way too far in. Like, there was only so many, and this hurts my soul, because if you've watched this podcast or any of our episodes, you know I stan Anna Huang, like hardcore. And that book let me down so much. And there was not so many one-liners. They can't all be winners. Yeah, but there was not so many one-liners in that one, and I feel like they all got spoiled.
That's what I was gonna say. I could not go on my FYP because every single social media, like every single freaking what are they called? Influencer.
Bookstagrammer,
oh my gosh, dude! Just don't oversaturate the market. You don't need to do that. You already have us, boo. Stick to what's worked and have it be exclusive. Don't do too much. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like, okay, the way that it's worked with Daggermouth and like kind of how I found about it, like the same 3 lines were the ones that were shared over and over and over again. It wasn't like new stuff was spoiled. So I actually really enjoyed that, because okay, it's like you're seeing people's creativity on how they're gonna, create a graphic for this quote or whatnot. But what happened was I was on Threads, which I'm addicted to Threads. It's a problem. And someone posted about like a quote from, I'm not gonna spoil it because we're not gonna do spoilers right now, but it was that one scene, and we'll get into that later. But
which is a great scene.
Yeah, they posted.
And also, even that line doesn't ruin the rest of what's going on in that scene.
So they posted about the scene, and I was like, what is this? And then I commented, I was like, oh, what book is this? I'm like, what genre? And they was like, oh, it's called Daggermouth, and the genre is dark dystopian. Or caught me. Yeah, you caught me. Dark dystopian.
She literally called me and was just like, so I'm reading this book that I found out about Threads, and I'm just like, I get whiplash with how often she's like, new book, psh, new book, psh. And mind you, we had a plan. With her, it's a pluh. There's no plan anymore. So you know what? Again, no shade. However, I just have to realize that like I have to kind of like,
She makes me sound so high maintenance. Really? She's the high maintenance one.
No, in life I'm way more high maintenance. I'm like, you're really gonna wear that? That's what we're gonna go with? Okay, cool. Yesterday she called me. I was like, yo, look.
Crazy. Yeah. I did look crazy. My hair was not cooperating.
It's okay. She got it together. But with books, I mean, like, but it's like, again, it's no shade. It's just that's how you are with a reader. I just tell you so you're aware.
I'm aware.
Because I think at first you were not aware. You're like, no, I'm like, no. In life, I'm way more high maintenance. In books, she's way more high, which is fine. I mean, like, it doesn't really affect me that much other than in everything else that I read in my life of this podcast. I'm kidding. No, but it's also kind of like, it kind of takes me out of my comfort zone, which is okay. I'm more chill about things like that.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so this book, getting back on topic, back on track.
Yeah.
It did everything for me. I really love this book because for me, I feel like she took all the dystopian YA books that we read when we were younger and like adultified it. And I loved that. I liked that it was way more gory. I liked that like you can see the fight scenes. I liked the smut. Like it was just good.
That's what I said. I was just like there's this one scene, I'm just gonna call it the prison scene. And it was like, as you read it, you can see it in your head like a film.
Like a literal movie.
And I thought that was amazing. It was very moving. And it made me, and it comes on kind of early on, so you kind of are excited for the remainder of the book and the other scenes that are going to potentially happen because you're just like, wow, so if this one was so impactful, imagine the rest of it.
So I also like that you mentioned that because I feel like the pacing for this book I actually really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I feel like everything kind of happens in the beginning and then the rest of the book is them dissecting like how they're going to get out of the situation that they're going to get out of or kind of like move forward and progress with that.
But it doesn't feel like it, even though it is just a week.
Yeah, I know, which is crazy.
Which a lot happened.
Yeah. Didn't think, honestly, it feels like it's like 3 months.
But also with the type of situation that they're in, things happen.
Yeah.
Things happen. And time is of the essence, so you're kind of just like, okay, this is realistic. When you're trying to achieve something as massive as what they're trying to do, you have to act now before that window closes.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay, wait, but so overall, for the people, for the non-spoilers, you have to read this book, first of all.
Please read this book.
Also, what I really like about it is just going to be a duology.
Yes.
So
I love that. There's instant gratification.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, it's like you get exactly what you want out of it with great characters that are kind of unforgettable. And then on top of that, the system of which they have worked out the politics as well as the poverty, like as well as the classes is very interesting.
Yes, and I also really love like the villain, the main villain. He was a good
They
villain.
did a great job with the villain, honestly.
You hated that
and
guy.
honestly, I'm really glad with the way that they finished up the book.
It left you on a cliffhanger per usual because obviously it's going to be a second book, but it wasn't a cliffhanger that was so like like I don't know, like it was a satisfying cliffhanger where it's like, okay, I want to know what happens next,
You
but
felt
I'm
completion.
still yes, but you're still like, okay,
I got everything I wanted out of that.
Correct.
I'm ready for what comes next.
Correct, because what's gonna come next is crazy.
Yeah, and also it was because in your mind you're thinking, wow, it can't get any worse than this. No, but it can.
No, literally.
But it can, and it
Literally,
will.
it literally does.
So yeah, it's exciting.
I know.
I'm really excited about it. And again, without spoiling it, it's just again a worthy opponent.
Yeah.
You have people, especially like the characters. I mean, each one of them, you can't not like them. Again, like, it's like for Zodiac Academy with me. I love all the characters.
Yeah.
So, you can't not
you genuinely end up really enjoying, like, each POV. You're like, oh, okay. And there's different plot lines going on within each POV. So, like, this storyline is actually so complex because there's so many different moving parts, even though there's one overarching story. And I think she did that it's so easy
hard
to get to that like messed up and like really have a lot of like inconsistency. And I know a lot of people, listen, not every book we recommend you're gonna love.
Subjective, guys.
It is subjective.
Yeah.
And I know there are people that hate on it because of that. They said but whatever. I loved it. I enjoyed it, and I think that her writing it had me.
I think she pulled it off.
Yeah.
But I think she really wrote main characters that pissed me off. So if that's what you were trying to achieve, boo, you achieved it. You did it. But here's the thing though, because of the reader that I am, I'm like, it doesn't put me off. If anything, it makes me feel like, okay, there's room for character development. There is room for, because I also don't kind of like it when you read the first book and the main characters are like perfect.
Yeah.
They're like perfect, they're not flawed, they're not obsessing me. So for me, and it's so funny, I think we're a bit different in that aspect because for you, it makes you DNF a book when you don't like the main characters. Yeah. For me, it makes me want to see what ends up happening. Yeah. Like I don't want to like throw shade, which I keep saying that. But Fourth Wing, she was like, screw Dane. And I was just like, God, like, no, dude. The whole group, actually. Listen, group. All of you were like, screw Dane, this and the other. I'm like, honestly, I feel for him. And I definitely think that, like, he's not bad. He's not that bad.
No, he's just annoying as fuck.
Now, book 3, everyone's like, I love Dane.
I know, I never said I love Dane. I just can tolerate him more than what I could in the beginning. You know.
But aren't you glad that you kept reading though? Because now
I wasn't gonna never stop reading just because of Dane. Get the fuck out of here.
I hope not.
Zayden is enough to keep me going until the wheels fall off of this shit.
But you see what I'm saying though? But I'm saying like imagine an MMC or FMC that's kind of like Dane.
FMCs I always end up hating, so I will always read. Keep reading.
I know because she doesn't like them. In real life, she's a girl's girl. And
I know.
Book
I
world,
hate FMCs.
I know.
9 out of 10 times.
Sometimes she likes them.
I do.
Sometimes. And when she really likes them, she really likes them.
And then
so
those books
really
end up becoming like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I shock myself when I really like an FMC. What? I like one.
Yeah, you shocked the hell out of me. I'm just like, finally. Like, I'm just like, because.
I do. They just piss me off in all books. Anyway.
Okay, so that was the unspoiled.
Yes. At this point forward, we want to get into it. We need to dissect
so
many
talk
things.
About this. You have no idea how many times we've been like,
we can't talk about that. I know. So many. So from this point forward, there's going to be hella spoilers. We're going to go into
talk about the whole damn book.
All the things. Okay.
So love you.
Yes.
Bye. Get out.
Bye if you don't want any spoilers.
Yeah.
But for those of you that have stayed, we bring out the phones.
I keep locking this damn thing. I'm not supposed to. Get it together.
Okay. So let's start off with my first question.
Okay.
Daggermouth opens with a very strong atmosphere. Mm-hmm. Obviously, with the execution. Okay. What's the first thing that hooked you? Was it the writing style, the world, the tension, or a specific character moment? Like, at what point were you like, oh, I'm intrigued?
Definitely not the first chapter.
No, me either.
I started the first chapter, put it down for 2 months.
Me too. Okay, so like I will say, I read it before she did, but I actually picked up and started reading Daggermouth, I want to say about February. And like, I read the first chapter. For whatever reason, that first chapter was really hard for me to get through. It took me a few weeks to like get through one chapter. I kept putting it up and I was like, picking it up,
Yeah.
And that, so if that's your vibe, like, don't knock it off the first chapter because it genuinely gets better.
It keeps locking. I'm telling you. I didn't lock it this time, I think. I could be wrong. Guys,
Anyway.
Get yourself an IT girl. What did actually hook me that made me, first of all, it was the forceful hand of Anaya Hernandez, but also... But also, when it wasn't that, no. Honestly, it was the point where she got the contract.
Me too.
It was the point where she threw the knife at the guy, and I was just like, "This is a woman I can get behind."
Yes, when she got the contract and it was him, I was like, yeah.
Not that it was him. I just liked the fact that like she just came in casual, started choosing the whiskey, and then she opened the contract. Someone said something slick, and she just threw a dagger at him. Yeah. And I was just like, this whole aesthetic. It's a vibe I can get behind.
For me,
like
and that's literally chapter 2. So that was up in chapter 2.
I was just like, okay, it's worth continuing.
Same. Because
Yeah, but as far as like atmosphere and stuff like that, not really, because at this point in my life as a reader, all of them kind of, it's easy for them to blend. So you really have to look for the differences in order to appreciate a dystopia.
I will say that is one thing, honestly, about reading, period.
Yeah.
Like every contemporary romance, every fantasy, it's really hard once you've read so many books at some point for something to really give you like shock and awe.
Yeah.
You kind of already know what to expect. It's why we're able to guess a lot of the things.
Like the chosen one. Yeah. Like all these tropes that you see so often. And then also you have to realize when you like a certain type of trope, when you like a certain, what you gravitate towards.
Exactly.
So you really have to pick what like stands out to you and like what you like.
100%.
Yeah.
I agree. So like this one though, and I love, again, it's never about like, for me, I know what tropes I'm going for. I know what books I'm going for. I know that there's going to be similarities. Mm-hmm. It's how are you developing this story in a way that's different from what we've read? Yeah. And she does a good job of that.
She does a good job of it. Yeah.
She does. And I'm a dystopian girl. Like other than romance, I will eat every day. I've literally read like 4 dystopian books back to back.
But that's what I was going to say. I can't do anything but fantasy back to back to back.
For me, I can do romance and dystopian, for sure.
Because if I do it dystopian, I'll guess the entire book, basically.
I know, but I love it.
I know, and I'd like to have the shock and awe of these types of stories. So, and by the way, guys, I guessed many things.
She called me and was like, so I think this is going to happen, and I think this is going to happen, and I think this is happening. I mean, she's like, so like, yeah, and I was just like,
she's like,
and in my head, I was like, bro, that's like the entire book.
And she's like, what chapter you're in? I'm like, 4. She's like, well, those are good guesses, I guess. We'll see.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
I'm trying not to be like, on the other line, I was like, who is she?
And also, guys, usually I'm a fast reader. And I took my time with this because I knew I had like 2 weeks to read it. And so I really took the 2 weeks.
I know.
Because it's Saturday? I finished it on Thursday. So I really took the 2 weeks to finish it. And then after I finished that, we were reading a different book, Silver Elite. And I just like devoured Silver Elite.
I know, I'm almost
one
done with
night.
that.
Yeah. So it's funny. So I think that if I take my time and read a book, especially dystopian, and especially if I read them back to back, kind of, I'm guessing everything in that thing. So yeah. But okay. Moving on. Next, which character surprised you the most throughout the book and why?
Lyra.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
Lyra. I think that she was someone who initially was like portrayed as like supposed to, like her family had this view of her like there's very timid, like very like quiet, whatever. But like she was a very formidable character. And I loved the direction that she took Lyra in. Mm-hmm. And I love the fact that she was like, y'all don't even know like who I am. You know what I'm saying? And like her own plan and taking things into her own hands and like that whole vibe. I actually really liked Lyra a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
What
about you?
Surprised me the most was the mother.
Actually, yes. Actually, I take back my answer.
And
yes.
Mikkel.
Yes. Yes. You're right. But I'm talking more of like, character development, Lyra. But the mom, that did shock me a lot.
Yeah. Well, because And the reason why it shocked me was because I'm reading it, and I swear, guys, again, this is the spoiled version, okay? I read it, and as soon as he basically tortured her,
horrible.
And I was just like, this bitch is pissed.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, she's planning his death. If anybody, I
know, she literally
called her.
She's like, if anyone deserves the kill shot, it's her.
I was like, no one deserves that kill, like that last blow, than his wife. Yeah. Because no one can hate their husband more than a freaking wife.
Yeah. So the thing is, up until this point, so like, okay.
Imagine how her pregnancies went with him.
Oh my God, horrible.
Still gets in her ass whooped.
I know.
Crazy.
I was thinking about it. So like for me, I was like kind of on the fence, right? Because we've read books where this is happening to the mother or like to the wife or whatever. And like, they're just like so scared that they don't even care to like try to like betray, you know? And so for me, I was like, this can go one of two ways. Either she literally can't, I mean, obviously she can't stand the man. Like she does hate him. But I was like, she may not even give a fuck to like try to like do anything to like take him out. That's kind of where my brain went because I felt like it was gonna be that like, oh, like she's so scared of like, that's why she stays quiet. That's why she whatever, because like she doesn't want to get beat. So I really wasn't expecting the fact that she turned out to be who she was.
Now for me, the way that he presented his mother when he described her in chapter 1, after he hesitated that kill, he said that she was formidable. And then for me, after that, like, because again, I'm always looking kind of for Easter eggs. I was just like, I look for the emotion in the silence.
Yeah.
So I was kind of just like, I don't know. And then also it's kind of one of those things where it's like, after you get to know Lee and all of these people, you kind of are like, well, that has to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. So I was just like, and then also there was, again, you look for the subtle hints. So like at the first dinner when they brought up the brother and then he went to like start yelling at them, she intervened.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like there's not much, there's still fight in there. And then even the second time around, the other dinner, they're horrible dinners. They don't even get to the main course. Damn. I'd be like, yo, this isn't dinner. We should just call this appetizer. This is fucking crazy, okay? Like, we should just have hors d'oeuvres because honestly, these meals go to shit. And then the second one, he beats her, like he punches her in the face and they have to like, he punches her, shoots Grayson, and chokes out his daughter. It's like,
I will say, like, also, if those types of things bother you, then this definitely is not going to be a book for you. Because it's intense. Like, he's intense.
He's a dictator and definitely
Maximus is by far, I will say, he's one of my favorite villains.
He's a good villain.
I love a good villain. Like, I love a villain that it takes all, like, literally all of them to be like, how the fuck are we taking this guy down? You know what I'm saying? And it's not often that we get those types of villains, so.
It was killing me, though, because I was just like, the fact that nobody has magic right now.
I know.
I was pissed. I was like,
but if they did, let's be for real, he would have had the most magic. Like, it would have still been a formidable character.
I know, but he really was.
He was a very formidable opponent, and I, like, loved that. I hate it, but I love it because it's like, I don't like when it's too easy.
Yeah. And also I really like the fact that he was like very aware of his shortcomings. So like he knew he was getting older. So he was strapped. So he made sure he can like pull out the gun. And then always he was thinking like chess moves. How can I be one step ahead? So he was just like, you know what? I know how to play on your emotions.
He was horrible.
So he was just like,
good.
Oh, you're gonna come at me when I'm choking out your sister? All right, now I'm gonna start beating the shit out of your mom. He actually thought about it. He was just like, oh, you don't care if I'm gonna shoot your mom? He was like, I'm gonna choke out your sister.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had that mixed up. But yeah. Basically, he was just like, you know what? I know my audience.
Yeah. No.
Which pissed me off because nobody else knew him. So it's like,
the mom did.
But that's why I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that's why those are the things that I was keeping.
No. It's
See what happens when I take 2 weeks to read a book. I'm just like, that silent ass lady.
Were there any moments where your loyalties shifted between the characters and what caused that change?
Yes, because the off rip, okay, as soon as Jameson enters the chat, I was just like, I like him. It changed once Grayson and Shade were kind of together, but then it changed back to Jameson because honestly, Grayson's a little bitch. Honestly. And
I love him.
And honestly, it's not that I love his potential. But in the first book, Grayson's a piece of fucking shit. He just has a good heart. And I'm sorry. That's not how you win me over. I'm on some grown man shit. I'm not some, like, need to teach this man how to fucking fish. You know what I'm saying? Jameson is about that life. He knows struggle. He cares about the people. He's responsible for so many lives. I do love
Jameson.
And he allowed, like, I love that moment where he goes, like, and I love the fact that, like, okay, he has that moment with Shade where he goes to her place. And then he knows about the contract already. And then, like, they're intimate, whatever, which lit. Man knew where everything was. Man knew what he was doing, okay? See? But, you know, he understood her as a person. Yeah. He was just like, I don't want you to do this, so I'm going to vocalize that. But also, it's really not my place to tell you what you can and cannot do. And then, like, he heard her out when she was just like, I have to do this for me. Yeah. And I really like the fact that they had that type of relationship where they can kind of tell each other what, like, transparency and respect for each other's fields. Yeah. So, and I just love the way that he thinks about her. Like, he romanticizes her, but also can compartmentalize his role in this rebellion. And then her, like, and also see her as the, like, powerhouse that she is. So, honestly, whereas Grayson sits there and wants to be the hero. He has the hero complex. He wants to stand in front of her, take the bullet for her. And honestly, I think that she admires that. But at the same time, I think that shit gets old really soon. Like really, really quick for someone like that type of FMC who also likes to act. So yeah, there's a lot of that But what about you? Who changed up? Who did you like first and then change up?
I kind of liked them all.
I mean, I know, but you have to pick one.
No, but like there was nobody that I like didn't end up like switching. You know
I feel like it's Lee for you. Like I feel like you were just saying that, though. No,
but I liked her. I never not liked her. Oh, okay, you know what I mean? So like there was no character that I like saw and was like, other than when they're like actual plot line change. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously Mikkel, you know, like but that everybody at that point was like, oh, you're not a bad guy. You know what I mean? So like there was really no character that I was like, oh, I don't really rock with you. And now I do that didn't have like a major turning point in the book that kind of was going to make everybody feel the same way.
Well, when I switched over to Grayson, I didn't not like Jameson. I was just like, oh, Jameson's not the MMC.
Yeah, but I think that was the point. So like for me, it was just like, okay, like, yes, we love Jameson. I was like, I like Jameson. But here's the thing.
And I remember you called me. She called me and was like, I know who I should like, but this is who I like. Yeah. And I'm conflicted. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, because there's multiple in the book. There's multiple book boyfriends in this book, like FMCs or MMCs that you end up liking. And so for me, it was one of those things where I was like, okay, once you read, there's things that you pick up. Mm-hmm. And so weirdly enough, I already knew, like as soon as Jameson entered the chat in chapter 2, I was like, he's not the guy.
I know, but I was mad about it though.
I wasn't mad about it. I liked him, but I was like, he's not the guy. So then I was like, I already knew.
Likes Grayson.
I do. I love Grayson.
You like Grayson book 1?
I do.
I'm gonna like Grayson book 2. I already know.
I love him. It is
Grayson
me.
Book 1
it's gonna make me want you more. Good night. I'm sorry. Like I just love him. I don't care what you say. I do. I like him.
I'm not trying to shame you, but like for me, but for me, it's, you know what it is that you're thinking about it from a romance perspective. And I'm thinking about it as like, I need you to be that guy. And I don't feel like he's that guy right now.
I like him. I don't care.
I don't see him saving the day out here. His mother had to come. His mother had to come.
I like him.
Save the day.
I don't care.
But again, it's like, so for story-wise, I just like, again, I'm on some grown man shit. So that's why I prefer Jameson. So I was pissed because I knew it wasn't going to be Jameson. Even from the beginning, I was just like, this is her current fuck. Yeah. I was like, maybe they'll do a why choose. This is me trying to be hopeful. I was like, maybe they'll do a why choose, but I was like, I highly doubt it. But I was like, if they're going to do a love triangle, at least do it good. Yeah. And I think they did. Because at the end of it, you know who she's going to choose. You know what it's meant to be. You know who the real MMC is. Of course. But at the same time, you're like, you appreciate what they have.
Yeah. Oh,
okay. So next question. Okay. The one-liner is why you like him.
I like, there's so many other, no, but I like his character. I like who he is. I like the fact that, like, I just like Grayson.
Okay. Do. Well, you're not saying that, so how would I know you're like,
do. No, but I mean, obviously he has some great one-liners. Don't get me wrong. And I love that.
He does. No, don't get me wrong. That
Jameson fucking vine? What? Get out of here. best line in the
You know what
entire
I liked
book.
about it the most? It wasn't even so much the line, because the line is lit, but it's just that when she's describing the way he entered in, the way that the door hissed closed, the way that he leaned up against the door panel, like all of that, you picture it in your head, and then he says those lines, and you're like, okay, Grayson.
Yeah.
That is like, I'm like, he had moments.
No, but I love him. I love that I think here's the thing. I like that he takes care of her.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I like the fact that he's willing to like be that for her in a way. Anyway, doesn't matter.
I just think he does it at the wrong times. And even her, honestly, I'm pissed off at the Shade, because again, they both do this shit. They're like, put myself in front of the danger, and backfires. Put myself in front of the danger, because you're not gonna tell me what I'm gonna do and what I'm not gonna do, but I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna lay all my cards on the table, and then you imprison me and beat the shit out of me. Like, you had no choices.
I know.
Like, dude, you couldn't just move in silence. Shut the fuck up.
I know. I will say they did. It was like, come on. At what point are we gonna learn?
They love each other because they're both diarrhea of the mouth. That's what it is. Like, oh my God, you love to overshare? So do fucking I. If I was in the rebellion and I was Jaeger, I would have been like, let's not tell them shit.
I actually really like Jaeger.
I really like Jaeger too.
That guy.
I just can't believe he looks how he looks. When I saw the fan art, I was so like, that's what he looks like? That's crazy. Okay, so the book balances brutality and vulnerability in interesting ways. Which scenes best captured the contrast?
I think the scene when the fuck, why can't I think? It's on the tip of my tongue and I'm picturing it in my head and my words are not.
You're good, we got time. We're here all night, folks. No, you're good. No rushing, no rushing.
Fuck, what?
Want me to read it again?
No, I know what the question is, and I'm trying to think of the scene because there was two. I feel like there was the vulnerability in when all of the Vera officers come to try to assassinate them, and then they like do their whole little thing, and then it's like all the bodies are around, and they're like literally about to like get down and dirty, and that was hilarious to me, honestly.
Okay.
But I also really like the scene where she's with him, like when he gets back home. Was it after one of the dinners that he's like destroying the apartment? That whole thing where she's like there for him and she kind of like comforts him in that moment.
Kind of like steps back and lets him go through the emotions.
Yes. I really like that scene a lot.
Yeah, I agree. It was good. But I actually, are you
Go.
Okay. I actually really, guys, I really love the prison scene.
Yeah.
I think that captured such a vulnerable, but such a powerful and high intensity scene, like
honestly,
and
that is probably
feelings.
one of the most impactful scenes, I think, of that book in general. I think
it was so again, it's not that those didn't either.
No, but I know what you're talking
over
about.
The overall
for the movement, it did a lot.
It was a pivotal moment for the rebellions, and then also it kind of shook the Vera because they were like, holy shit, we gotta get in there and stop this, because they knew the significance of them just unifying, you know? So I thought that was amazing.
That was such a great
it's just
scene.
that slither of hope that they were waiting for, and that's all they needed to be like, you know what? We're gonna sing our anthem. We're gonna rise up. And now
you're the face of the rebellion. She's like, proud of this.
That to me was
that was really impactful. Yeah,
I read that and I immediately called her and I was just like, holy shit, I just saw that. And then her just like them taking her you can just picture it, putting her, like over the shoulder, she's fighting them, she's fighting them, and she has a broken collarbone, like she has broken, and she still finds a way to get the gun, start trying to murk these freaking guards. And
that was such a good scene. That was such a good scene.
So good. So that for me.
That was I retract my answer.
No, but yours were really good too. But that's more towards the characters. Their relationship. Yeah, I agree. It was impactful for them. Yeah. For their
for the overall story, I agree. I think that one was like a really good.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just see what's next. All right. Did the romance feel like a source of comfort, danger, manipulation, or all three in this book?
You said comfort, danger, and manipulation. I actually feel like It was a source of neither. I actually feel like it was survival.
Okay.
In a sense, at first, it's kind of like when you're, but the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Okay.
And you strip away someone's choices and you kind of have to like get what you get. And so they picked factors of each other that they could trust and only trusted those things until they finally revealed themselves enough to trust each other. And at first it was something that they couldn't, like they didn't understand why they kind of like were gravitating towards each other romantically. And then afterwards it was like, this is why, because you are like me. Like when she saw the magnitude of his father's abuse and brutality, she was like, wow, like I live in poverty. I have to fend and starve, but you are subjected to this monster and this brutality on a daily basis. So you and I
are the same. Yeah.
And then after that, it was like a level of respect and understanding that then developed into like, let's put each other's needs before our own. And then afterwards, once they were really in it together, it was just like now full on trust. So I think it's so hard to do that in the first book.
Yeah.
And she really achieved that.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm dissecting this so deep, guys.
But it also is a very deep book. And I know you haven't really done a whole lot of research, like obviously because you just started reading it and read it. But like she talks about that, like when she like her emotions writing this, like where this book came from, and it was a lot of that angst, that anger. She just kept watching the news and just seeing everything that was going on in the world and just like all the disparities. And she was just so angry that this was the result. This book was the result of all of that. I think
that's very powerful.
Yeah. Yeah.
To like channel that into something creative and beautiful like that. I think that's wow. Respect.
So, and when I found that out, I was like, it makes a lot of sense. And that's why you feel like Shade's like just constant anger and just like all of this, like whatever. And then that's why the government is as oppressive as it is. And like, as like Maximus is who he is. And like, she did it really well. Like I fucking love this book. Like I really do.
It's a really good book.
For me, I think it's a little bit of all three, actually.
Okay.
I think that initially it was manipulation.
Okay.
Right? Like he's definitely trying, like, I mean, it was a conversation that he had with Cullum where he was like, well, I mean, you want to get answers, so try to seduce her, you know what I mean? Type of thing. And she was just like, well, I mean, you know, we'll see. And then I think it did kind of develop into a little bit more of like a comfort thing where like, you know, they were like each other's, like, there were similarities, like you said, you know what I mean? So there was like, okay, like she's seeing behind the smoke and mirrors, you know? And it's like, okay, shit. And then once they really did start falling for each other, it was dangerous for them because they weren't supposed to really fall in love.
That's true.
You know, and like, and that's when it was dangerous because that's when Maximus used that against them, against each other, really.
Because of course they had to show the cards. Pissed me off.
I will say, it was like at this point, bro, like that it did piss me off because I like the dinners. It's like, bro, all you have to do is just shut the fuck up.
Just eat the damn food. Which, by the way, guys, look up the fan art because if you're thinking about the masks, that shit was bothering me. But I don't like to like look into it while I'm reading it. So I was like, how the fuck are they eating? I'm like, I'm thinking, you know why? Because the type of masks I thought they were wearing were like Jabberwocky.
I know, but that's because that's how they make it seem. It covers
a bunch
the whole
of
face.
dancers, break dancers.
But they make it seem like, I mean, it does cover the whole face. So I will say, H.M. Wolfe, if you watch this, I would love some more fan art of the masks.
Yeah.
Show us what that really is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because, like, they have to do everything with the mask on.
And I really think that it's cool. I'm dying to see how, like, the girls' masks are and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, because honestly, with one of the fan arts, you notice that it's him.
Yeah.
You can see it. It doesn't cover much of the face.
Yeah.
It just does cover some of the face.
Yeah.
So also, like, and there's parts in the book
but
where
I will
it says,
say,
like,
though, it does make a difference. Like, you know that it's him because you've seen the character art. But 2020, when we all had to wear masks, bitches look real different when you rip that thing off.
And thank God for that. Can I just say?
When this is all you had to see?
No, in the dating world, so sorry for you. I was married. I was happily married. I'm still happily married. But at the time, I was like, oh, thank God. Like, because you know, like you're in between your stuff. So all I had to do is make sure my lashes were good and my eyebrows were on point. And I didn't have to take care of nothing.
But it's crazy how much a mask really does change somebody's features. Like, you really don't.
It does. I agree.
I'm so glad we're finally talking about this.
I know, dude.
Oh,
I know.
God.
We needed to.
Oh, I don't think you understand.
I know. Okay.
I've been meeting somebody. You don't understand, guys. I read this and I was on a freaking life raft alone. No one to talk to. I had to reach out to people, to strangers online.
But she loves that, though.
Did you read this book? Please, spare change. I just need to discuss theories of what's happening.
No, but because you were pushing, so sometimes she'll read books and I'm just like, I'm not gonna read that, and she's okay with it. But but I know it like really impacted her when she's bitching at it, because that's how I was with her for Quicksilver.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, you have to read.
Thank God I read that too.
Book.
I know, thank God.
Yes,
thank God.
I was the tyrant. I was
because I had kept seeing it, like the cover, but I never. I was like, I'm gonna pick it up later. And then she picked it up, and she was like, you gotta read it.
And also, I'm giving you so much shit for. I'm worse than she probably. I'm giving you so much shit for Zodiac Academy.
I know.
Like so much. Okay, yeah, let's talk about that. But
I read it because that's once Callum dies.
But I don't believe he's dead. I refuse to believe it. So that's why I'm not as torn up. Because I'm like, someone can survive the back of the head shot, I think, right? Right? Can we? I don't know. But
there's no magic.
I'm really hoping.
There's no magic.
I'm hoping that we don't know this, but somebody was like holding his head and like maybe it grazed his head. I don't know. Okay, go. What were you gonna say? Sorry.
I was gonna say no. That was me. I literally am reading, right? And it's like shit's going down. Shit's going down. Shit's going down. Their comms are down. This is down. What the fuck? Lyra's going off grid. This is happening. You're like, what is happening? Whiplash. Whoo, 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 whoo. And then they shoot Callum. And I was like, no.
Like, we're just gonna read on past that.
Literally. I was literally like, that didn't happen.
Dude.
And next. And I was like, and then Lyra's like sobbing. And I was like, girl, he's not dead. This is not real.
This isn't real.
This is
Divergent.
fake.
This isn't real. It's a dream. It's a dream.
Bro, my brain didn't, because so much was going on in that ending that like my brain literally didn't comprehend, like fully process the fact that Callum died. And I was like,
I know.
What? And then I was just like, okay, but like, because then it was just like betrayal after betrayal after betrayal. And it's like, Brooker's good. Brooker's bad. But then he gets died. And then he's alive. And then he's on their team. And then he's traitor. And then it's like, what?
He was a little bit, I'm not going to lie to you. We should have seen Brooker coming like that. And I knew it. And I said it. I was like, someone in this inner circle is going to betray.
Yeah.
Like either someone's going to betray it or the president is thinking 10 steps ahead.
I thought it was going to be Mikkel.
Really? No, I didn't think it was going to be Mikkel. I mean, his wife is being brutalized by this man.
This was before. Like, I thought the traitor was going to be Mikkel.
Okay.
Like, I thought they had blackmail against him, which they did. Obviously, Jaeger did. But I thought it was going to be like, he was still going to, like, fuck them over.
At first, I kind of, because, like, guys, I don't know if I just didn't read the description correctly, but for Mikkel, I thought that it could have been Brooker. So, at first, I was like, literally as soon as they announced, chapter 2, that the brother's dead, I was like, he's not dead. They're going to pull a fourth wing on us.
Yeah, I didn't catch it as early as she did, but I did towards, like, mid-book. I was like, I don't think he's dead. Like, just the way that they kept describing the death and, like, the execution and all that, I was like, he's probably alive somewhere.
But then another thing was that, like, in the first chapter, when he hesitated, he went in and took the shot for him.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, like, he just, like, he kept showing up in things, and he was
you
so close
why.
to them that I was like, maybe he's hiding in plain sight, and maybe it's Brooker, and he's, like, trying to protect his brother in a way, because he's, like, and also he worked his way up in the ranks so close to the president that I thought that maybe I thought that he joined the rebellion, I thought that he went in and they're wearing masks, but again, I didn't see these masks before, so I'm thinking Jabberwocky vibes. He doesn't know that it's him, so he's hiding in plain sight, so that's what I thought. I was 100% wrong, but and also when he was, like, when they try to go save Shade and they're in the car and he's like, I got skin in the game. Like, you know, I thought he was like, well, my brother and my sister and my mom.
No.
So,
and then you find out that it's his dad.
Yeah.
Sad.
Which pissed me off because I was like low-key mad at the mom. I was just like, you have time for a quickie
I'm not going to lie
with the guard,
you.
but you're not out here trying to get out with your kids? What the hell?
I'm not going to lie to you. That shook me because I was like, I said, girl, do you know who your husband is?
I thought it was two things. I thought either the president can't get it up, so he's there in a corner watching, like a little sicko, like these powerful men. If you know, you know, powerful men.
I mean, that's the whole ritual after they do the vow.
Sick as fuck.
Yeah.
So, I thought either that or I thought that like they had known each other and loved each other since before. Next, if you could read one scene again for the first time, which would it be?
Jameson fucking fine.
That was a really good scene.
No, that scene? Yeah. Because I'm there and I'm like, oh, they're finally bonding. Like it's outside of the norm. Like they're in a safe space. Mm-hmm. Like they can like be themselves. He's letting her drink. They're kind of camaraderie. You can tell like obviously the sexual tension's there. Like finally. And then Jameson comes and you're like, Jameson, you're ruining this. I was like, this is not the time. But also, Jameson. And then
I like how she knew it was him just from the sound of his voice.
I know. And then it was just like,
she's like, I'm about to whoop this guard's ass.
Oh no. And they just loved
so
it.
sad.
And then that whole scene, I was like,
where's
Grayson?
Like, poor thing.
I know. And I was like, where's Grayson?
Also, I'm always thinking there's cameras inside of there.
I know.
Callum has to have cameras inside. There's no effing way that he does.
So I'm like, where are they? Where are they? Oh my God. And then he comes in. Jameson fucking fine.
You hear the door closing like that too, right? I swear to you.
I believe your hands are on my wife. And I was like.
No, that was a great line. That was a great line. Okay, great line, great scene. A lot happened in it also. Like a lot was revealed.
Yeah.
And then like I just think there was like a lot of unpacking there. But actually my favorite one, that if I could reread it again, was when they got home.
The first night?
Because no, after that.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like
that whole
like,
sequence.
Because you're like, that's gonna be an awkward conversation. So
you're expecting for them to unpack that shit.
They get I love it because you play it out in your head. So that just happened. Also, you're thinking, how long did they stay there until they decided they had to go home? That was a silent ass car ride.
Yeah.
Also, they get home and then like I love how she like tries to rush past him to just go to her room and he's just like, don't walk away from me. And then like she like is like turns around. At this point, they're kind of like there's an unspoken understanding between them. Yeah. So like she's just like, okay, oh brother, I gotta deal with this shit, you know? And then again, they get intense. And then like, you were really gonna do that with like all these people that I have on the line, you selfish at, like, you know what I'm saying? But also confronting the fact that she's like, I made the right decision at the end of the day, calm the hell down. And so I liked it because it was just like the bickering where it's like, oh, you guys are a little bit comfortable now, huh? And then all of a sudden, they get kind of spicy. No, it already gets a little spicy where they're like, because they just have this habit of like, they just like to be mad at each other a bit.
I know.
And then they have a very intimate moment. And then they're like, okay, we need to not do this. And then they see something shift. And now it turns into this whole scene of like, we're fighting and killing. It was giving a Mr. and Mrs. Smith for a second there. And then afterwards, like, dead bodies on the floor. Now, intense moment on the table or whatever, the counter. And then you're like, finally, this is happening. And it's a great time for it to happen because they're mad at each other. But like, they're like intense and they just like finally killed a bunch of people because they're pissed because they really want to kill a bunch of people right now. They're so mad at their situation.
I love that too. I'm not going to lie. The fact that they had to work together to kill all those people, that shit was lit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this book is so good.
Yeah. And then again, it like, just like, okay, cool. You'll have my back. You'll kill people. I'll kill people. Now we can sleep together because at least I know I'm sleeping with someone that'll like not kill me. But then it got ruined by the picture and the tablets. So, I mean, again, I really like that whole scene, the way it played out.
No, all of it. So good.
I really liked it. That scene, if I read that over again, and then also the scene where Lee's just like, Marcus, like she's just like, wait, Marcus is here being tortured?
Yeah.
Hold on, I got something to do. Anyone have a gun? I'm gonna use that real quick. Thank you. Walks off scene. Pop.
Yo,
right?
That
and
was
then,
lit.
Bruh.
Yo, I said, she's that bitch, bro.
And I love how not a flinch, like not
she
one
was like,
person.
and everybody looks at her like, what the fuck?
It's like, we weren't done there. Lee, honey, we weren't done. We get it, but like, and then like,
and you couldn't have waited 15 more minutes for us to get more information out of this guy.
Yeah, and then this huge, bomb drops on them.
Yeah,
and I felt like I love that because you don't get that a lot in books where it's like just when you thought things were bad,
Yeah.
It's worse.
Well, so it's funny because when she shot him, what did you think? Like, why did you think that she shot him?
Well, immediately I thought that either he is bugged and this is compromised, or he did something to her and she needs to claim her revenge on him. Or I thought that, no, yeah, just those two things.
I thought it was like I thought he was in on it. Like, honestly, at this point, I guess this was she would be probably one of the people that the loyalties kind of shifted a little bit, because I was like, I didn't know like how much they could trust her.
What do you mean?
In that moment? Because like, okay, so I was like, is she like kind of going back to the dad and telling him shit?
No, I never thought that.
Like, I was like, I did, but I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So it was one of those things where like when she went to shoot him like that with no context, just shot him, I was like, are they working together? Is something happening? Like, you know, whatever. And then like, does he know something about her that she doesn't want them to know? And so that's what I thought. But then when it came out, like what actually happened, to silence him. Because she was like, I thought, you know, she was like kind of
like, oh no, he's gonna give me away and they're torturing him. I got you. I didn't think about that. That's actually
that's where my brain went. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Do we need to be worried about her now?
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And then she was like, no, this is the kiss. And I was like, oh.
You're like, I'm so sorry I ever doubted you, Lee. You poor baby lamb. Like, I'm saying there's so much room for character development. So I am excited about book 2.
Book 2 is gonna be lit.
Because book 1, FMC and MMC, got me fucked up. Like, grow up. Like, you need to, like, you're in too big of a pickle, babe. Too big of a pickle. And honestly, I'm actually very happy that the mom is who she is, because I feel like she's gonna make them grow up real quick.
Oh my God, I cannot
I feel like she's like, and this is how you run a rebellion, babe.
Oh, I cannot wait.
And be like, Callum was doing okay. Jameson, love you. You're doing great. Jaeger, you're not up there yet, boo, but we'll get there. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be like, I am the Python.
I cannot wait.
And I have been hiding in plain sight. Yes. Like nobody's business.
Yeah.
And he thought he was, I think, like, I'm dying to know, like, her side of things. Fuck everybody else.
No.
This romance can go straight to fucking
No, that last chapter where we finally got her POV. Because this entire time I was like, okay, H.M. Wolfe has given us Shade, Grayson, Jameson, you know, Lee, Callum, Maximus at some points. Did we ever get Jaeger? I don't know. I remember if we got Jaeger or not. But like, at this point, this is like 5 different POVs.
We didn't get Jaeger.
Like 5 different POVs. I'm like, okay. And it's bouncing between them. Very minor Maximus, like, ones.
I think it was
really,
one.
like, maybe like one, maybe 2. And so, like, I'm like, but this entire time, we have not heard from Ilara, like, at all. At all. And I was like, where's her POV?
See, but that didn't make you think anything about her?
I was
like
just
a worthy, like,
not in the sense that she's the Python.
Oh, okay.
No, like, in my mind, I thought maybe it was Lee. I don't know. I didn't think it was Lee. I didn't think it was. The only reason I thought it could have potentially been Lee was because of the phone call that she made to Farrah.
No, Lee's too emotional.
So, but
not Grayson, not Lee, they're all too emotional and too young, I feel like.
So, but do we think, okay, because didn't Callum call and then work on an extraction, like on the phone call?
Mm-hmm. He was talking about doing an extraction.
Yeah, of who? So did Callum know that the mom was Python?
I don't know.
Because then when they sat there and they talked, they were like, oh, you know, there was, the rebellion was planning on extracting someone named Python, who goes by Python. Mm-hmm. And then Callum talked about an extraction. So did Callum know? Was he in cahoots with the mom? Mm-hmm. Is that how she was able to get, there's so much. There's so many theories. I don't know.
And what I'm really, we're not at theories yet.
I'm sorry.
God damn it.
I had to get it out.
I know, but it's actually really, really freaking interesting.
Which plot twists did you see coming, and which ones didn't you? She saw all of them coming.
I saw a lot of them coming.
She saw all of them coming. I, on the other hand,
she asked the question to herself.
She saw all of them coming. I definitely, I didn't see the fact that he was going to take his mask off in front of her.
Okay.
I didn't see that coming.
Okay.
I obviously knew that she wasn't going to end up assassinating him, you know, because again, I knew it was going to be an enemies to lovers type situation, and who else was her enemy?
At what point were you so convinced he was the MMC, or you just knew it because you looked into it, right?
I just knew, like,
Okay,
because
okay.
again, I knew it was an enemy slugger.
Also, you're a romance reader, so I feel like you have a radar. You're like,
I'm like, this fucking guy's not it.
Yeah, this is the MMC guy.
No, literally, me. Are you kidding me? Me was so really, I was like, and it's this guy. It's like, chapter 1. I literally, my first note, this is the guy.
Oh my God.
I always look for the romance in it. So, like, if it's going to have romance, I'm already, who am I supposed to like?
She's like, this guy doesn't stand
this
a
one.
chance. Get the hell out of here.
You're irrelevant.
Yeah.
Always. What was I saying?
What?
Oh,
the
plot twist. Yeah, I didn't see the.
You're so excited. You really did need to talk about this book, bitch. You did.
3 months. 3 months of silence.
Honestly, I've been bitching over just like the last 2 days that we couldn't talk
3
about
months
it.
of silence.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't see the mask, like the mask being taken off.
Mm-hmm.
I did see Brooker being alive. I did not see him being the double agent again, type thing. I didn't see that coming. And but I knew. So I didn't see Brooker double agenting them after he swapped. Like, you know what I'm saying? I did know that the plans were gonna go to shit though, because like in every dystopian, it doesn't fucking go to plan always. Like,
Even I love the fact that Callum's like, this is going too perfectly.
Yeah, no, literally. And so like that I did see coming. I didn't see Callum dying coming. I knew somebody's gonna die. Somebody always has to die in these books. So like I did see that coming. That's pretty much it. Because the other stuff was just kind of like, okay, I definitely did not see Alara obviously being Python. Okay. Like I did not see that coming.
Yeah, no, I didn't call it, but I wasn't surprised. I was surprised about Mikkel being the father.
I was
surprised about that. And I wasn't surprised about Brooker.
No, but I mean, again, I wasn't surprised that he was alive either because that
was the most
anticlimactic. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Reveal ever.
He's here.
Well, and also, I was not
welcome
surprised.
to the party, bub. We've been waiting for you.
I was not surprised that Callum was killed off.
I didn't expect for it to be him. I just knew that somebody was going to die.
I actually was dreading it because I low-key, inside of me, knew it was going to be, it couldn't have been, I had to rule out the MMC and FMC, obviously. Yeah. So I thought it was two people.
Don't let that ever fool you. Veronica Roth did that shit.
Like, guys, throw that. But first book, no.
No.
But first book, no.
Fuck.
You're going to change your FMC, it's crazy. It's not a soap opera.
And then it's Jameson.
Yeah. But not with shade. That would be so stupid. No, but I definitely knew it was either Jameson or the 3 people. Either Jameson, Jaeger, or Callum.
And honestly, who is alive?
And then I know. That's what I want to, again, here you go going into theory. Woman. Okay, wait. So Callum made sense because ever since freaking Rebecca Yarros
I know, I look for it now.
When a character's too perfect,
you gotta kill
that's the one that'll impact the crowd the most. And so Callum is like that guy.
But it's just so sad for Lee.
And then Jaeger, okay, yes.
She has nothing.
But that's if he's really dead.
He is
I start
really
there.
dead.
And if he is really dead, it's just going to ignite something in her. And she's going to step up like it's nobody's business. But now here's my next thing. What if she and Jameson?
Wait. We're going into theory, Megan.
I know.
Okay. Let's finish off these questions so that we can finally talk about our theories for this next book because, oh my God, I have so many.
Okay, I'm asking you this question.
Okay.
So, which quote or line stuck with you after finishing the book?
Okay, obviously, the best line in the entire book is Jameson fucking Vine. I believe your hands are on my wife.
Yeah.
Okay? Which is great. Other than that, I heard you. You were loud last night.
That was lit. That was lit.
Okay?
That was lit.
And then, when she wants to shoot him, and he's like, if you shoot me, it's only going to make me want to fuck you more.
Of course, all the romance ones. All the romance ones. And it's so crazy that she literally, bitch, if you took fish oil, imagine how many lines. I think, take a shot for how many times I say she should take fish oil in this podcast. Yeah. But what about any other ones you got?
No, that's it.
What else you got in there?
Thinking. No, that's it. Okay. I do love the little that's it.
I love the monologue that the mom had at the end. Yeah. When she was like, you think power is and then drops mic. Pop.
Oh, I was like, and I'm so glad they killed him in this book. Oh, get rid of that
I love
guy.
that she left it with
But
a
you know
threat.
what? It's gonna be interesting.
It was a great like cue up for the next book because he was old. His reign is done, and everyone kept saying it too. This is why the whole Brooker thing did not. And honestly, Brooker was too relaxed.
Yeah.
Like he was not giving what a brother you find out is not dead, living amongst the poor after he. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was not as. He wasn't like powerhousing it.
Yeah.
Usually that person is like leading. He wasn't leading shit. He was sitting down, smiling, laughing, holding onto his girl's hand. Like they weren't. And also they didn't like, this is the thing, I'm clocking the Easter eggs as we're reading. So like as I'm reading it, I'm just like, oh, he's super casual right now. So like the moment he came out, literally not a flinch in my demeanor. Not a flinch. I was just like, of course you are a little.
No, me too. I was like, okay, he's alive. Great, cool.
Bitch.
We've been waiting for you.
Yeah, like honestly,
there
I was
you are.
just
I've been
like,
looking for you.
Yeah,
Like, literally, I was like, bro,
bitch.
where are we?
Yeah.
Like, come on, be for real.
Yeah, and then also with the way that the dad, like when they were talking about the fact that they hadn't seen his face when they killed him, when he was like burned and all this other stuff, like I was kind of just like, I don't know. And yeah, so I was not surprised at all about Brooker. And honestly, but it was like, it's the best story. It was kind of giving, if you think Red Queen vibes.
Yeah.
Like, you know, now the brother is the one, and it's, if you think about there's such a poetic rivalry now, because it's like you have the son of the rebellion leader and you have the son of the president, right? So of this society that's like ruining people, destroying people's lives and their heritage and their lineage.
It's gonna be lit, bro.
And then, but they're also brothers.
I know.
So like you can't get more separate, but more close. Like also he used to idolize him. And to think that like, this is why they say you shouldn't meet your heroes. So like, so it's like this whole time. Also, it's like, wow, this one I'm saying, I can't wait for the second book because he's been thinking this entire time, like, my brother loved me. He's the only person that ever showed me that type of love and care and sat with me up at night and this and the other. But really, this entire time you hated me. You
thought I was
loathed my existence. You knew that I was not I wasn't a part of you the way that you only accept what me being a part of you is.
Yeah. Ugh.
And so, yeah, like it's just that like his whole world is gonna turn upside down.
Oh my gosh, I know.
And then on top of that, like now he's gonna have to step into his
and
role.
then the wrapping his brain around the fact that Brooker's alive because he found out he was alive then.
Let me say something. Grayson had a little shocking 20 minutes because number one, he found out that Mikhail was his dad.
Mikhail was his dad. His brother's alive, and then his best friend just died.
His sister gets shot as well. Gets taken away. Which
his mom's Python.
That shit. Mom's Python. His whole existence in life is just like.
Oh my god, he's gonna be in shambles. I'm not gonna lie, Loki. He's gonna be a little whiny bitch in the next book.
He's a whiny bitch in this book.
He's gonna be a little whiny bitch in the next book.
I'm just saying, like, he's gonna be like. First of all, yeah, your whole world but this just goes to show you how sheltered he really was, and he had no idea.
Yeah. All right. So let's jump into theory finally.
Okay, let me put this check mark. And we're ready. And we don't need the phones anymore. Look at that.
Thank you, Jesus. All right. So.
Sweet baby.
First of all, the next book, it's called Python. Yes. Ooh,
love the name. Love the name.
Give it to me. And I am so here for seeing the mom play out. So, okay. There's a lot.
First of all, I don't feel like, here's the thing. I don't feel like the mom is like really old. So I feel like she's still like in like fighting shape. Type shit.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, yeah. That. I also think, let's talk about the other cities.
Here's what I was thinking, right? As soon as they were talking about the fact that it was arranged marriage and the fact that Mikhail and her have a past together, I'm thinking she's from a different city. Like that's how the entire betrothal worked. I just didn't know. They said that she was from a strong family as well, but they didn't mention if it was within their society or
it
within
could be from anything, really.
Exactly. So there's
there's the other cities that were supposed to be moving in.
And then I was saying, and then he mentioned that subtly, but then I was just like, maybe he cut a deal. At first, I thought that he had tried to marry her off to someone else from another city, so that way he can like strengthen
who
the president.
With Lee, right?
Yeah, so I thought that he was going to marry off his daughter to another city, so that way it would strengthen his army. But then that's how I thought maybe they were going to go towards the ending of the book. But now I'm so glad because And who knows? I think that maybe his brother Brooker might pull that card too, because just because the mom has connections in other cities doesn't mean that there's not bad in those cities as well. So
I mean, they were literally going to do a whole culling to bring in other cities. They were going to clear out the entire boundary for other people. So there's definitely the elites.
So the brother has to be in on that, though. He has to know
1000%.
that there was taking shape.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I know, so like from the research I've done, and I don't try to do extensive, like I don't watch interviews and all that, whatever. But like if stuff comes up on my FYP, and like I do follow the author, so I do tend to see like other things. So from what H.M. Wolfe has said, this will be like a duology. It's just going to be 2 books, but this world is not going to be done.
See, novellas.
So there will be other stuff.
Okay.
Which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how this next one's going to play out, because it's going to lead up to where we like get other characters that now we get to see how the world exists now, no longer with like, I don't know.
Okay. I think 2 things. I hope Callum's not dead. Also, I think the mom's going to die in the next book.
I could see that.
I think the mom's going to be
You think Grayson and Shade are going to take over the rebellion like with everybody else?
I think they won't want to, but they'll have no choice.
Yeah.
Again, he's gonna have to step into that role, and she's gonna have to step into the role that she has in it all. And I also think that the way that they view this entire rebellion is going to change, because the responsibility now is going to change. And I think Jameson's gonna get a new love interest.
I can see that.
I think, because he's great. And I think it's either going to be the girl who has her mouth cut or Lee, if Callum is dead.
That would be fire.
Yeah, I think Pharaoh is going to be like super butthurt about the fact this, that, and the other. I think that him and her are going to have to face each other at some point.
That would be lit.
That would be super lit if that happens.
I
think that I'm hoping if they do a novella that it's the backstory on how the mom and Mikkel and how she got the arranged marriage with the dad and how that looked, that entire situation of getting married and getting pregnant and raising the kids. Yeah. I hope that that's what that's about.
I honestly cannot wait to see.
And I hope that they include in that backstory Shade's parents.
Yes.
About how that...
Yeah.
Because he knew off rip seeing her, he knew exactly who she was, exactly who her parents were. It's like, you know how many people they kill in that stand? On a daily basis. For you to pinpoint her and remember her parents, it's like they were significant.
No, for real. And honestly, I can't wait to dive into that. I can't wait to see Jaeger. Yeah.
I hope all the old people they put in the same book as a novella.
Low-key though, Jaeger's kind of zaddy. I kind of fucks with Jaeger. But I have a weird thing.
If he would have looked the way that I thought he looked, then I would have been like, he could get it. But like, he's giving kind of like, at least in the fan art, I didn't like the fan art much.
I think way earlier, that was talking about Callum and like how that plays in. I do think that I think it's going to come out that he probably knew about the mom.
Okay.
Because the mom had to have connections other than just Mikkel.
Okay.
And Callum literally had an entire underground network. And that was her son's best friend. So I think there was cahoots there. And because no one trusted each other, there was things that Callum withheld.
Maybe he was working for the mom.
I think they were working together.
Maybe his entire organization was financed and backed by.
Yes. And I think that's why when they were, I think that once they were getting ready to do the extraction and all of this stuff, and they were like setting up the plan, that's why he called and was like, we need to extract. But he never said who. He just said her. You know what I mean? And then they were talking about how they were going to do the extraction of Python. So I think it was more like, okay, shit's about to go down. She's the leader of the rebellion. We need to get her the fuck out. And I still don't know who I can and cannot trust. So
I just love the fact that like Maximus really thought he was the main character energy when it was really her. And it's just so realistic.
I know.
It's so realistic because while you're there playing God, she's there and she's that bitch.
I know.
You think you're that guy.
I know.
She's that bitch.
I know.
And she did it with like
nothing.
Style.
And she's like just like in the shadows. Moved so inconspicuously.
I really want to hear like her inner monologue.
I cannot wait to hear more.
Like when she was there, she had that thing over her head and he was beating her. I wonder if she was just like, he really fucking thinks this is doing anything. Let me shake my head really quick and make him really think I'm scared. Oh my God, I'm so scared. Like I'm dying to hear. And I really hope that she is that badass person. Yeah. Like I hope she's just like, I burned my fucking self, or like you know, Isla vibes. Like
I'm excited. I cannot wait. I'm glad that you finally read this. this.
I'm glad too, honestly. It was a good book. You did good. You did good, friend. You did
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
She did good.
You did. You wrote it, but she recommended it.
No,
You know
but
what I mean? Yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. It was this book. Oh my God. It honestly yet to read. This is my top read so far of the year. So far.
Okay.
I will be eating my words probably by the end of the year. We have Akachar. We have a 4th Ring book coming out. We have Stormside coming out.
Exciting
we have
things to read.
And Stormside is 800 pages. If you haven't read Starside, read Starside. It was Chef's Kiss. I've been reading a lot more indie books too. Like there's a lot happening, but this book just stayed with me. I still think about that book. This book put me in like a 2-week slump.
I know.
Put me in.
You're still in a slump.
Loki, yeah.
The up and coming authors, like as of recent, have been crushing it
on their game.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I've been reading indie books. I've actually been really preferring indie books. And it's not to say that the books that are, you know, super popular are not great, because they are, obviously they're popular for a reason.
Yeah.
But I have been really loving finding like those little diamonds that you're just like, oh my God, this is such a freaking good book.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh,
and if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't, because I don't do research.
That is it. That is a wrap on Daggermouth. I'm so glad we finally got to talk about this book. I
You
needed to
seem
get
so
it out.
relieved.
I know. I was like,
So
I just like I needed to get it out.
Oh, that's cute. I'm happy for you. I'm happy. And it was honestly a really good recommendation. It was.
Okay.
It was good.
That's all we have for you guys on this episode. Feel free to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. We're on Threads.
Yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe.
All the things. All the
Please,
things.
it just helps us show up in other readers, you know, stuff. And then on top of that, we will have content coming out on our
TikTok. We're going to be posting more on all of our other
So-
channels as well.
Yeah.
And that's it for this video. Bye.